antiviral. Okay, I have told you before, virus are the intermediate between living and dead. Virus are intermediate between living and dead. Just like you have studied intermediate, the plus two science or arts, these are known as the intermediate of science or intermediate of arts, because it is the transition between 10th and plus 3. Okay. Likewise, between living and dead, the virus acts as a transition. It is the intermediate, because outside the host it is dead and inside the host it is alive. Okay, that's why it is regarded as intermediate between living and dead. About the viruses are the ultimate expression of parasitism. They do not only take the nutrition from the host cell, but also direct its metabolic machinery to synthesize new virus particles. Okay, inside the host cell, it will direct the metabolic machinery. It will completely change the metabolic machinery, and it will produce its own synthesize the new virus particles. Okay, viral chemotherapy therefore was considered impossible. Previously, just like your AIDS virus, for the treatment of AIDS virus, it is impossible. But nowadays, it can be possible. Okay. Then we discuss about the different classification of antiviral drugs. The first one is anti-herpes virus. The examples are idoxuridine, trifluridine, A, cyclovir. Okay, these are the examples of anti-herpes virus. Then number 2, anti-influenza virus, amantadine, rimantadine. Okay, and number 3, anti-hepatitis virus, that is non-selective antiviral drugs, primarily for hepatitis B, limivudine and dipivoxil. Okay, you just remember 2 or 3 drugs. Okay, various examples are there. Then number 4, that is known as antiretrovirus. Okay, the AIDS virus is known as retrovirus. AIDS virus is the example of retrovirus. Then the different drugs for killing the AIDS virus, these are classified as nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors, NRTIS. Okay, nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors, NRTIS. The example is zidovudine. The zidovudine is represented as AZT. Then danosine, stavudine, these are lamivudine, these are what? These are nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. Okay. Then number B is nucleoside reverse transcriptase, non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors, NNRTIS, non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. Non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors, that is known as NNRTIS, nevirapine, efavirenz. Okay, these are the examples of NNRTIS, non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. Then number C, that is known as protease inhibitors. The examples are ritonavir, indinavir, okay, sequinavir. Then fusion inhibitor, that is entry inhibitor. The virus cannot get enter into our body, or the virus cannot get enter into the human cell. That is known as fusion or entry inhibitor. The example is Enfuvir, died. Okay, then CCR5 inhibitor, receptor inhibitor. This is the receptor CCR5. It is the receptor through which the virus get enter into the human cell. Okay, this is the type of receptor. Through this receptor, the virus get enter into the human cell. Okay, that's why the inhibitor is there. CCR5 receptor inhibitor, that is known as MARA V rock. Then integrase inhibitor. Integrase, it is an enzyme. It is an enzyme through which the virus integrate in the human cell, inside the human cell. And the integrase, that is the enzyme responsible for integration of viral components inside the human cell, that will inhibit, that is, the example is raltegravir. Okay, the name of the examples are very hard. You have to read 3-4 times or 10 times. You have to write 1 to 2 times, then it can be rememberable. Okay, but at once you cannot read it. Okay, you have to read 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, then also it can be remembered. Okay, the words are very hard. Then first of all, anti-herpes virus. Okay, these are the drugs active against the herpes group of DNA virus. These are DNA virus. The genetic material of the virus are different types, either DNA or RNA. Okay, and the herpes virus is a DNA virus, means the genetic material is DNA. Okay, these are the drugs active against the herpes group of DNA virus, which include herpes simplex virus HSV1, herpes simplex virus 2, HSV2, varicella zoster virus, VZ virus, and Epstein-Barr virus. These are the different examples of herpes virus. Okay, and the examples are iodoxuridine. It is 5-iodo-2-deoxyuridine, IUDR, which acts as a thymidine analog. It was the first pyrimidine antimetabolite to be used as antiviral drugs. It competes with thymidine, gets incorporated in DNA so that faulty DNA is formed. The faulty DNA will be formed. The virus, what it will do, it directs its own metabolism, own production of its components. The viral has only the genetic material and its outer coat, that is known as what? Outer coat is known as what is capsule. Yes, there is no cytoplasm inside the virus cell. Okay, it directs the host cell to produce its own components. But iodoxuridine, what it will do? It competes with thymidine. Thymidine is the what? It is a components of DNA. What are the different components of DNA? Do you know? Adenine, thymine, cytosine, then guanine. Adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. Okay, these are the 4 components of DNA molecule. Okay, but it competes with thymidine, only the thymidine. Okay, adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. Okay, it competes with only the thymidine and gets incorporated in DNA. Along with DNA, it will be instead of thymidine, the iodoxuridine will combine. Okay, and it will completely change the DNA structure, DNA component. Okay, it competes with thymidine, get incorporated in DNA so that faulty DNA is formed. the DNA, what is its component, it will be fault. There is faulty DNA will be found by hydroxyuridine. Okay, faulty DNA. Faulty DNA is formed which breaks down easily. It is effective only against the DNA virus. The hydroxyuridine, it is effective only against the DNA virus. Okay. Then the next one is trifluoridine. Trifluoridine. It is a fluorinated nucleoside which acts in the same way as hydroxyuridine and inhibits the HSV1, HSV2, CMV and related viruses. These are the different examples of virus. HARPS virus. These are the HARPS virus. HSV1, okay, HARPS simplex virus. HSV means HARPS simplex virus 1, HARPS simplex virus 2. The trifluoridine is also effective against this type of viruses. Okay. Then the third one is acyclovir. Acyclovir. This deoxyguanosine analog. It is a component of DNA. Adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. Okay. But in case of RNA, the uracil is there. Okay. Instead of adenine, guanine, thymine, uracil is there. Okay. This deoxyguanosine analog antiviral drug requires a virus-specific enzyme for conversion to the active metabolite that inhibits the DNA synthesis in viral replication. Okay, it inhibits DNA synthesis. It is acyclovir is a deoxyguanosine analog. Deoxyguanosine, analog means just similar. Like guanosine, the acyclovir structure is same. Okay. If with similar phases, two candidates are there, can we easily identify who is Samir and who is Rajiv? If they have same phases. Just like the acyclovir and guanosine are analog with each other. They have similar structure. Okay. That's why that is the confusion. That is the confusion occurs during DNA synthesis. Okay. Instead of guanosine, the acyclovir will be attached. Okay. This deoxyguanosine analog antiviral drug require a virus-specific enzyme for conversion to the active metabolite that inhibit the DNA synthesis and viral replication. The viral replication will also inhibited by inhibiting the DNA synthesis. Okay. Here the mechanism of action is there. Acyclovir. This is the acyclovir. This is the antiviral drug. HARPS virus specific thymidine kinase. And acyclovir monophosphate will be produced by this enzyme. This is the enzyme. HARPS virus specific thymidine kinase. This is the enzyme. Acyclovir converted to acyclovir monophosphate by the help of this enzyme. Okay, and another enzyme is there that is known as cellular kinases, and it will convert it to acyclovir triphosphate. Acyclovir triphosphate by inhibiting HARPS virus DNA polymerase completely, and it will get incorporated in viral DNA and stops lengthening of DNA strand. Okay, the DNA strand cannot be lengthened. Okay, the further synthesis of DNA will be inhibited or stopped by the help of acyclovir. This is the enzyme. Acyclovir is preferentially taken up by the virus infected cells. Okay, the cells are preferentially take the acyclovir and it will inhibit the growth of DNA, viral DNA. Okay, because of selective generation of the active inhibitor of the virus affected cell and its greater inhibitory effect on the viral DNA. This is about your acyclovir. Acyclovir is important, okay? Important antiviral drugs, and many antiviral drugs are there. You have to read it, okay? Then anti-influenza virus drugs, anti-influenza amantadine, it is also an important antiviral drugs, and anti-influenza virus drugs, okay? Amantadine, chemically it is a unique tricyclic amine. It is a tricyclic. The tricyclic antidepressant drugs is also there. Tricyclic antidepressant drug is there. Okay. And amantadine, it is a chemically unique tricyclic amine unrelated to any nucleic acid precursor. But it is not related to any nucleic acid precursor, but inhibits replication of influenza A virus. Replication means, what do you mean by replication? Means one is converted into two, two are increases into four. It will inhibit the replication. Okay, but inhibit replication of influenza A virus. The antiviral activity of amantadine is strain specific. Okay, influenza B is not affected. Okay, H1N1 or H5N1, H1N1, swine flu. Okay, H1N1. In the coronavirus, that is known as H1N1 strain. Strain means types. Okay, H5N1 strain of influenza A are resistant to most area. It appears to act at an early stage, possibly uncoating. Okay. Then uses of amantadine, prophylaxis of influenza A2 during an epidemic, seasonal influenza, okay, and treatment of influenza illness, amantadine. Parkinsonism, for the treatment of Parkinsonism, the amantadine is also used. Then rimantadine, okay. These are not required. Then ribavirin, interferon alpha, ribavirin, this purine nucleoside analog. It is a purine. Purine means adenine, guanine. These are purine. Then thiamine, cytosine. These are pyrimidine. Purine and pyrimidine, these are the bases present in the DNA molecule. Okay. And ribavirin, it is a this purine nucleoside analog. It is a purine nucleoside analog, means similar to purine base, adenine and thiamine, similar to purine base. Okay, has a broad spectrum antiviral activity, including that against influenza A and B, respiratory syncytial virus and other DNA and double-stranded RNA virus. Okay, these are effective against these viruses, both DNA and RNA virus. Then interferon alpha, interferon IFNs are low molecular weight glycoprotein cytokines, okay, produced by host cell in response to viral infection. Okay, interferon alpha, interleukin 1, IL-1, interleukin 1 and some other inducers, they have non-specific antiviral as well as other complex effect on immunity and cell proliferation. Cell proliferation means cell division. Okay. Then antiretrovirus drugs. Antiretrovirus. What is retrovirus? AIDS virus. The AIDS virus is known as retrovirus. And the drugs used for the treatment of retrovirus, that is known as antiretrovirus drugs. These are the cross active against human immunodeficiency virus. Human immunodeficiency virus HIV, which is a retrovirus. They are useful in